Today on Monkey Life, stump-tailed macaque Toto has a vet check after primate care staff see signs of stress in his behaviour. And it looks like a dental problem could be the cause.
So I think that one and that one have got to come out.
DNA testing for the orangutans to confirm just who's the daddy.
OK then, mister. Open. Big open. Good boy.
And breakfast is all boxed up, but the clever Capuchin swings straight into action. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
The owners are going to be upset to say goodbye, but they're doing the right thing.
The park provides a home for more than 260 primates from 24 different species. There's cause for concern down at the Stumpy House. For the last few weeks, Toto has been showing signs of stress and discomfort, and the primate care staff have been monitoring him closely.
The group has had a lot of changes recently. I don't think anybody could have guessed, but Toto's rise to the top as alpha dominant male. But we're more concerned about now he's starting to show some signs of stressful behaviours, and we actually think it's health-based. Just looking at his teeth when he yawns, we can tell that they're not so great.
It's been decided further investigation is needed. So local vet David Holler has arrived to examine the male macaque. He's come prepared for some tricky dental surgery. This will be the first time Toto has been under anaesthetic since he arrived at the park in 2016. It's impossible to predict how the elderly macaque will react, so it's a worrying procedure for the team. Toto was caught in the wild before ending up at a zoo in Croatia, and when that closed down, moving to a wildlife centre in Belgium, where he met Freddie.
You're sweet, are you, aren't you?
Jeremy collected the pair, bringing them to Monkey World nearly 8 years ago.
A lot has happened since then, a lot of years have passed, he's aged, so you know, we might find something other than just his mouth. Hopefully not, but he's an old boy and there's always that possibility that there might be something else.
Toto is in a bedroom at the Stumpy House, so Jeremy can administer an anaesthetic to make sure he's asleep before he goes into his travel box.
Hi.
All right.
How is it?
Buggy's not here yet. Yeah, very good, very
Yeah?
smooth. Yeah.
He's quickly transported to the park's hospital. On the examination table, Toto is intubated, allowing him to be given gas as an anaesthetic to keep him under. An initial examination reveals the macaque needs some serious dental work.
So the one in front of it's broken. That's set a tract up there which is blown out through there. So that's got to come out.
It's going to be a long day for David and the team.
So I think that one and that one have got to come out.
Having a hospital at the park means the primates can get the care they need without the stress or risk of being transported off-site. Over the years, the facility has hosted a huge number of complex operations, with experts and consultants from a variety of different fields, many with animal expertise and others specialising in human medicine.
Having this hospital where we can do full diagnostics, where we have digital X-ray and excellent local vets as well as specialist veterinarians to come in and deal with our primates and their needs, because we're getting them from so many different circumstances. And most significantly, we're getting them from backgrounds that we know very little or nothing about. So being able to do these investigations in a good facility is critical to the health care of all of these guys.
Today, it's Toto on the table, and he's been under anaesthetic for nearly 2 hours. So far, vet David has extracted 4 teeth.
Heart rate's still 100-ish.
Some were so rotten or broken, they've come out in pieces.
This broken one's got a rotten bit of root left here as well, so...
After removing a total of 6 teeth, David doesn't want to extend Toto's period under anaesthetic by taking out more. He's concentrating on those causing the biggest problem, and if more issues arise, he can always visit again in the future.
That's all of the worst ones. All of the worst ones, so...
David sews up holes in the gums where he had to go in through the jawbone. Toto will be given antibiotics and pain relief to get him through the next few days. But while the macaque is still under, David takes the opportunity to examine his eyes, which have cataracts.
So it's sort of fairly advanced and complete, you can see.
So will he be able to see through those? No.
You'll be able to see through them, but
And then have...
it's a bit like looking through the bathroom window, you know, through frosted glass.
Toto is returned to his travel crate, where he'll be monitored until he comes around from the anaesthetic.
It's been about a 3-hour surgery for Toto, which, you know, for an old boy is quite a long ordeal. But you look at it and you know that as soon as he wakes up, yeah, there's going to be some pain. But having all of that gone, he's going to feel a whole lot better. So I'm really pleased for him.
A rather groggy Toto is later returned to his bedroom.
Hi.
The team will monitor him closely, but hopefully once his mouth settles down, he'll be back with Sylvie and Freddie with no more discomfort. It's a big day for one of the park's chimps. After 18 months of introductions, female Sasha, who arrived from a zoo in Argentina, has finally met everyone in Bart's group. Apart from second-in-command Gamber, she's been outside with them too. Today, as one of her final challenges, they're both going to be let into the outside enclosure, along with some friends. If all goes well, the whole troop can finally come together as one.
For Sasha's intros, yeah, we've taken things pretty slowly. Sometimes that's been because of her, still learning how to operate in a bigger group. A big chunk of it's been Bart, not knowing how to deal with a new person. But yeah, we finally get there. She's fairly solid with Bart now, so things have been coming along a lot stronger with those two. So we're just at a point now to bring Gamber into the mix, and then that's really the last hurdle. So to keep things moving forward positively, we decided they have to go outside. So that's what we're doing together today. So she's going outside with Gamber and a mixture of a few other girls that will hopefully back her up, but also remain fairly neutral, not get involved too much and interfere as they're kind of developing their relationship. And yeah, hopefully that chills him out and things can just carry on and we can finally be done getting her fully into the group.
Sean is staggering the release in an effort to keep things calm. First in are Sasha, Pepper and Beth. She's already built a good relationship with both females.
If it does go wrong, at least there's a lot of opportunity for them to get away from one another, and hopefully just going out will just diffuse any of that tension. And so I think this is the best way to go moving forwards.
They've been given a few minutes to settle before Gamber is released. Leader Bart is being kept back in the tunnels and bedrooms today, so Sasha isn't overwhelmed.
Hey guys, you ready?
When the slide opens, Gamber races out, very excited, and immediately starts displaying in front of Pepper and Sasha. The most recent member of the troupe takes it all in her stride, demonstrating she's learning chimp etiquette at last.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty normal Gamber behaviour, and also big male chimp. It's an exciting time, they've just gone out. He's just letting her know he's big and in charge, really. It's nothing to be worried about, I hope. But at the moment, she's been quite good at sticking up for herself, and he is backing off. I think he's not massively out to get her. He's just kind of letting her know, you know, he's the boss around here. Until Bart turns up, that is.
Once the atmosphere quietens down, breakfast is the order of the day, and the group are soon foraging for food. Sasha has learned a lot in the last 18 months and become more knowledgeable about how to manage individuals like Gamber and where she fits in, particularly when food is involved.
Yeah, this is really nice. Like, you know, there's some high-value scatters out there for him, and they're both quite happy foraging together. He's not trying to interfere with her, so that's a good sign. He's happy for her to be around and share the nice food. Yeah, this is looking really positive.
Uniting the group has been a long, hard slog for the primate care staff, but the end is in sight. The climax will come in the next few days when Bart and his entire troop will be outside together. Sean is feeling pretty positive about the outcome.
I think we're nearly there. It's just a case of bringing everyone back together. She's stubborn with some things and not really wanting to change, but she has adapted an awful lot, and it has been a real big ask of her, but she's done amazingly.
At Tuan's orangutan enclosure, some of the group are enjoying the summer sun. They're a pretty settled bunch, although Roro and Lucky still don't see eye to eye and take it in turns to go outside. When 7-year-old Hujan left to join the nursery group, Awan's position as youngest member was reinstated. But she's growing up fast, and as she heads towards adulthood, plans are afoot for her to leave Monkey World for a new home at a Kent wildlife centre.
Awan is now 12 years old in orangutan terms. She's mentally, physically no longer a child. She's having teenage moments where she decides she's not doing anything we ask her to do. She's showing interest in the only male in the village, which at the moment is Tuan, who's her dad. So it's time for Awan to find some new friends.
The plan is for Awan to move to Wingham Wildlife Park, who have 2 small groups of orangutans. She's already very familiar with one of them, 14-year-old young adult male Jin, who moved there from Monkey World.
Awan is going to join Jin, who's much closer to her in age than anyone else she lives with currently. So hopefully it'll be a really positive thing for her. I'm hoping Jin's still got a bit of an appetite for play, which will hopefully match Awan's character.
Jin was born at the park in November 2009 to mum Xiao Kuai and dad Gordon. They were excellent parents, and the youngster enjoyed a good upbringing. But 2.5 years later, his life changed when Awan was born.
Are you clever girl?
Her mum was Xiao Lan, and her first few hours of life were quite traumatic. Xiao Lan didn't look after her, and when the team arrived the morning of her birth, they found the infant on Xiao Kuai, who at the time was still breastfeeding and caring for Jin. Incredibly, she reared them both, and the pair grew up together as siblings until Jin was moved to the nursery group. Eventually, in 2019, aged 10, he made the move to Wingham. Now the pair are to be reunited, but not before the team can confirm one important fact. They need to double-check both orangutans' paternity. They're fairly confident who the fathers are. Awan is Tuan's, and the assumption is that Jin is Gordon's. But they want to confirm this, and there's only one way to find out. Best practice means testing all 4 orangutans.
We're hoping to get DNA samples from Tuan, from Gordon and from Awan.
Along with a sample from Jin, the DNA swabs will be sent to a laboratory for gene testing. Paternity testing is common for humans, but it's very unusual for this to be done with orangutan DNA. But first, Rachel needs to collect the samples. Easier said than done.
Hey, Awan. Hey, matey, you all right, my love?
The DNA needs to be collected from inside the cheeks of each ape, using a swab. Fortunately, the team have done an excellent job training the orangutans to allow them to do just this type of procedure.
It's quite a big thing to ask them because we're not only sticking something in their mouth, we're expecting them to stay still whilst we're rubbing it around the inside of their mouth. And obviously the instinct when something gets stuck in your mouth is to bite it, so it is quite a big deal.
Awan is up first.
Open. Okay. And no, Awan. Open. Thank you. Good girl.
She gets a reward of frozen raspberries. Next, it's Twan's turn.
Okay then, mister. Open. Big open. Nah. Big open. Good boy. Well done. That was quite good. We've got 2 now. We've done Awan, we've done Twan. We still need to get Gordon, and Wingham need to get Jin, and then we'll have a full set to send off to the lab.
The samples will be compared against each other and hopefully confirm paternity. If the results are as expected, Awan will soon be heading to a new home to join an old friend. At the Capuchin complex, Donnie's group of 12 have been outside enjoying the early morning sunshine and hunting for insects. One of their favourite activities. But the primate care staff have an afternoon treat in mind. So Toby has called the Capuchins back indoors while the team get to work preparing the enclosure. It's all a bit of a workout.
It's a lot of work for them, so hopefully they'll enjoy it and get the most of it. This group are usually quite good at appreciating what you do for them.
The primate care staff have strung boxes together on pieces of rope. Inside, they're filled with nuts and seeds. Toby and his colleagues have hung them between the poles and platforms in the Capuchin's outside enclosure. The narrow, wobbly ropes mean the primates will have to work hard just to reach the boxes. And harder still to access the rewards inside. But the task should be perfect for Donnie's group.
Donnie's group can have anything and everything because they're very good at enrichment. And if they can't do it properly, they'll destroy it. Whereas, say, Franco's group, if you tie a knot in a sock, you'll find the sock looking exactly the same in the morning. So, yeah, this should give them a nice challenge because although they'll generally probably just rip boxes open, this means that they've got to use their tails, they've got to use their core strength and their balancing skills to actually get to them in the first place. And added to that, there's probably going to be several Capuchins on the rope at one time, which is going to mean that it moves, which means, again, it's going to just make it a bit more challenging for them and entertaining. And they may even have to cooperate, which is not a skill that they're generally very good at.
Come on, guys!
The Capuchins are keen and enthusiastic about the chance to go back outside, and with the enclosure all set, Toby opens up. The excited troop don't hang about, dashing straight out. All 12 arrived from a Chilean laboratory in 2008, and when they were put together a few years later, became the youngest Capuchin group at the park. 16 years on, they're now aged between 18 and 24 years old. But you'd never guess. They're super agile and extremely confident climbers, negotiating the flimsiest of supports.
We noticed that these guys particularly seem to have picked up a lot of more natural Capuchin skills. It's the ones that were about sort of between 10 and 15 when they arrived from the lab that still seem to be the more stereotypical, don't climb as well, things like that. But this lot, they're very inquisitive, they're into everything. As a group, they're a fun group to sort of work with, they're a challenge because they are all very intelligent.
Frida is the dominant female in the group. She may be small, but she's mighty in confidence and personality. She has no difficulty hanging upside down, using her tail as additional support, as she rips into a box and retrieves the nuts and seeds inside. Further down the hierarchy is Marcy. Her prize is less challenging, and she uses her sharp teeth to cut a hole in the cardboard so she can reach in and grab a handful of nuts. Clever Fiona tries a tightrope technique, using both ropes to try and tackle the boxes. She has some success, but it's a stretch. Time to try a different angle of attack.
So that's Fiona up there, dangling by her back legs. It's even more impressive is the fact that Fiona's only got a short tail, so she's not even using her tail to hang on like the others. But yeah, she's been showing some really good agility, and she's worked her way up the hierarchy recently. She's one of the more dominant females now. She's quite sort of socially adept and seems to understand group politics quite well.
The leader of the troop is Donnie, and he's having a great time.
Look at Donnie.
Attacking the boxes with enthusiasm.
Well, that didn't work, did it?
But very little finesse.
Donnie's approach up there is not really working. The grab it and be a bit heavy-handed. All the nuts and seeds are falling on the floor, and Donnie's not actually getting that many for all the effort he's putting in.
Donnie has surprised the primate care staff with his ability to hang on to the top spot. He's now been top man for 18 months.
Occasionally, he does surprise us and you see him doing things a dominant male should, but really the dominant force in the group are the likes of Frida, Elisa, Fiona, Digit. And I think Frida actually quite likes having Donnie as the dominant male because he's not really aware of what's going on half the time. So he's basically a bit like Frida's puppet, so she can basically run the group and do what she wants, but she's got a dominant male who looks the part and keeps the likes of Fabian and William in check if they start to give her too much grief.
William has an advantage over some of the others. He has long legs for a Capuchin and has no trouble reaching into the boxes. He uses his tail as a counterbalance, but the wobbly ropes still cause some of the nuts and seeds to fall to the floor, where canny Fabian takes advantage. Today's enrichment may have been a challenge for the care staff to set up, but the result's been well worth it.
They're having a great time. There's loads of happy noises. Everyone's involved, all engaged. Just encouraging them to climb and move around a bit more, which is always good. They are our most athletic group, but it's good to challenge them every so often and get them actually behaving like wild Capuchins naturally would.
And the contented group can continue to indulge in classic Capuchin behaviour for the rest of the afternoon, snacking and foraging as they might in their natural forest habitat. Next time on Monkey Life. The team grow concerned when golden-cheeked gibbons Peanut and Peng Yo try out their newly renovated forest enclosure.
She's certainly not right. She looks like she's lost a lot of muscle mass.
And a prickly problem for the ring-tailed lemurs.